Alex here with a video on the Kyle Rittenhouse trial coverage, I guess. I'll talk about the case, not just the coverage. The reason why is I'm getting lots of questions on what my opinion is. I actually thought I wasn't going to have very many opinions. I was disinterested in the case from the beginning because I thought that it seemed to me clear that it was not, I guess they charged him with murder. And so once I started to see some of the evidence come out, especially that witness, who's the surviving witness who was shot, I was just even more convinced that that's what it looked like. And so I just got bored very quickly because to me, there didn't seem to be a discussion. It was just so clear. So this might frustrate people, and I'll explain why I came to that opinion. Um, I guess there's some background on this individual going and looking for trouble, like he was in a different state trying to protect property that wasn't his from rioters that he didn't know. And rioters slash protesters, because that could become an issue. Anyway, I get that people can do really dumb stuff, but it's not murder. Doing really, really nonsensical things that is just not not a good idea. It's not a crime. So it just is. Maybe for that particular individual, going through the process is in and of itself the punishment. I don't know. Anyway, apparently two of the individuals who were shot dead, I guess they got on video trying to grab hold of a rifle. And so, trying to grab hold of somebody's gun, you might get shot. It just seems it can happen. I mean, there may be more, but that is definitely just putting me from where I already was to even more so. And then the other thing, I guess there's a third guy who got shot and he survived. He has some permanent damage to his arm or something. But apparently, he was supposed to be a witness for the prosecution, and it came out that he pointed a gun at Rittenhouse. So that was just, I mean, I just stopped watching because it just became, I just wasn't into it. So that's my sort of perspective. I always feel like I don't get into the politics of a case. I guess this is going to be the next part of what I talk about is the politics of the case. I My understanding is that there are a lot of angry people on both extremes of the politics. So there's the Second Amendment, I guess conservative slash Republican type people who are angry because the media's portrayal has been really unfair to Rittenhouse, and then I guess they see the cameras in the courtroom as heroic, because they have revealed the truth of the case. And I mean, that's great because that's how I've always felt about cameras in the courtroom. I don't know how many times I've said, no matter how honest a reporter is, no matter how well written an article is, it just doesn't show the public what really happened. Try as they might. They can show the conclusion, they can show the charges, they can show things like that, but they really can't show how does somebody sound, how does somebody look, what is, they can say, here's what is somebody saying in the sort of transcript level, these are the words, but they can't catch the body language or the tone. And so no matter how hard they try to be honest, and there's some that don't even try to be honest, but no matter how hard they try to be honest, the camera in the courtroom is always going to be number one, for getting the public the actual truth, because then they can see for themselves. I mean, how are they going to argue with their own perception? They can't. They can argue with somebody else's perception all the time. On the other side is, I guess, the more liberal Democrat, non Second Amendment rights type people, and some of them seem really angry. The question is, it's difficult to tell who they're angry at. Some of them seem to be angry with the media because I guess they feel they're manipulating things to come out the way that they shouldn't come out. Maybe there's some people who seem upset with the judge. I guess there were rulings about how um, the persons that were shot were not allowed to be referred to as victims, and then other people, or those same people, could potentially be referred to as rioters slash, I don't know. The thing is, I guess it's kind of the healthy part of cameras in the courtroom is seeing the judge make decisions you might not agree with and kind of having an opinion on that. That's fine. Um, for the people that think that the cameras are causing the case to go the way that it would go, I mean, it's hard to really talk about that because, I mean, they do have an impact on a case. I think that they make everybody pay more. Everybody. I think that they make lawyers and judges pay more attention to the case, but I don't think that they make lawyers make rulings, or sorry, judges make rulings that they wouldn't have otherwise made. I do think that more of their attention goes into the case, which can then have an impact on the outcome, since they might not have made a mistake that they otherwise would have made if they didn't pay that much attention to it. I don't know. Those are my opinions on that. I really struggle trying to figure out where those types of people are coming from, the political types, because the courtroom is really about a specific case, not about politics as a whole. But invariably, it seems like they just kind of fall into that pattern, and that is a lot of what people are asking me. So uh, I think that really covers all that I can say about my perspective of the Rittenhouse case. I don't really think he's going to get convicted on murder. I guess now they're allowed to convict him on lesser charges. Who knows? Maybe that'll happen. Maybe it won't. It isn't one of the more interesting cases for me. Um, I've never really gotten fully in to these types of cases. What I mean by these types, there's others where I guess there's the O.J. Simpson one. There's one in Arizona, Jody, I can't remember, Jody Arias, and then there was the one in Florida of a mother whose child went missing and was found dead, and then there was a self-defense one in Florida. I get like kind of into the cases a little bit. I start to watch, and then I lose interest, um, and I don't know why. I do lose interest of those types of cases. Um, I guess it's kind of reflected in the fact that our Nevada judges really doesn't cover that many murder trials. I've covered one, a single one, and that was the state of Nevada versus O'Connor up in Churchill. All the other ones were not murder cases. I just found them. Maybe I've seen too much of that stuff in the movies or something. I don't know. I just am not that excited about another murder case. So sorry about that, guys. But maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that lets people who are watching our Nevada judges see all the different other types of cases out there. I do find myself more interested in other, maybe it's because murder is a sensational thing that isn't really something that most people are going to run into. And a lot of the types of cases that I do cover with our Nevada judges are the types of cases that ordinary people are more likely to stumble into, like the unemployment case. Lots and lots of people get fired and need unemployment. And then, of course, the child custody stuff. More than half of people probably go through that system. And I mean, you guys can see that I have sort of a different approach to this type of stuff. So I hate to tell you guys I don't have in-depth knowledge of the case. I did watch little bits and pieces, and it was happy to see that the cameras in the courtroom, I guess, really corrected people's perception of what was going on in that particular case. If anyone has any specific questions, definitely put them down in the comments below. I'll try to answer them. You might, trigger something in my mind that I wasn't thinking of at the time of this video. So with all that being said, I will see you guys next time.